a hearing on the Republicans' health care repeal and the future of health care. It's being held by the House Democratic Steering and Policy Committee. Among those speaking will be patients who benefit from the new health care law, who will look at what they stand to lose if it is repealed. Live coverage here on C-SPAN 2. It's expected to start any moment. Again, we are standing by in the Capitol Visitor Center on Capitol Hill, waiting for the meeting on the Republicans' health care repeal and the future of health care to get underway, held by the House Democratic Steering and Policy Committee. We'll hear from patients who stand to benefit from the new health care law and who will also talk about what they stand to lose if it is repealed. Live coverage expected to start shortly here on C-SPAN 2.
Good morning, everyone. Let me see if we can get this to... Do you know how to turn this on?
I don't think they don't indicate.
We don't need... Can you hear me without it? Oh, it's on. No green light necessary. Good morning, everyone. This is a very special day for us because we have some very special guests coming to tell us their stories. In the course of the morning, our members will be coming and going as we prepare for the debate that we have in the next 36 hours about health care reform. I'm pleased to be here and thank the chairs of the Steering and Policy Committee, Congress Chairman George Miller and Chairwoman Rosa DeLauro, also Vice Chairs Debbie Wasserman Schultz and Vice Chair Henry Cuellar. Thank you for calling us together. We'll shortly be joined by our House Democratic Leader, Steny Hoyer. We are joined by our Assistant Leader, House Democratic Whip, Steny Hoyer, and our Assistant Leader, Mr. Clyburn. I want to offer a special thank you to the people who came here today to take the time to tell us their stories. In the wake of the recent tragedy in Tucson, we come together with a renewed commitment to civility, and as we return to the work of Congress, let us do so with respect and dignity for all in our public discourse. The best way to understand the impact of the legislation we are facing this week, the repeal of patients' rights, is to understand how it affects individual families. Once again, we welcome our special guests today. Vernal Branch, Laurie Bresnan, Ed Burke, Dr. Odette Cohen, Alexander Lareal, Claudine Theriault, and Stacy Ritter and her twin daughters, Hannah and Madeline.
Alexander Lataille, our student.
Thank you. Chairman Miller, Chairwoman DeLauro, Leader Pelosi, Democratic leadership, and committee members, thank you for having me here today. My name is Alexander Lataille. This past May, I graduated from Lyndon State College with 2 bachelor degrees, one in atmospheric science, the second in social science. Even before graduating, I was looking for a job, but as you can imagine, the economy has made it harder for companies to hire new people. However, by graduation day, I had believed that I had secured a great prospect working with a private company contracted with the Federal Aviation Administration. Nevertheless, due to budget issues, timing, and other factors out of my control, the date for employment has been progressively pushed back. Although I could find a temporary job, I chose instead to go back to work for a professor at the University of Rhode Island that I had previously interned with. Much of his funding has been lost, and he is no longer able to pay me as he had in the past. I'm currently volunteering there as a research assistant, working with weather balloons, ozone monitoring, and data processing, honing skills and gaining experience that will expand my career opportunities as an atmospheric scientist. The research assistant position, like many such jobs, does not offer healthcare benefits. but under the new law, I was able to stay covered by going back on my mother's plan after graduation. In my current situation, if I lost my protections under the law, I would be faced with a choice, either to pay my student loans or to get health insurance. Actually, the truth is far different. I would have little choice in the matter. I would need to pay down my college loans first and go uninsured. Yet I know how important having health insurance is, even for a healthy young person like myself. If perhaps I get cancer or I get hurt in a car accident, what happens to me? My parents can't afford to bankroll such catastrophic health care costs. I could decide to get a temporary job and use that income to buy private health insurance. But to do this, I would have to leave my position at the university, where I'm currently gaining a wealth of experience, education, and career mobility. No doubt any future job opportunities will arise because of my experience interning right now. If I were not able to stay on my parents' plan, I would need to make a sacrifice, either sacrificing my future career or my health. That's a choice that no one should have to make. With this new law, I can stay on my parents' plan up until 26 and feel safe as I navigate my career choices and this new economy. So again, thank you for your time and this opportunity to speak on behalf of young Americans. While my political views on different issues fall across a wide range on the political spectrum, this issue isn't partisan to me. I believe that allowing young people to stay on their parents' insurance gives us a new and real freedom to work towards a career goal without going uncovered. I also want to say thank you to Young Invincibles for giving me this chance to stand up for something I believe in and to make my voice and the voices of other young Americans heard on this critical issue.
Thank you very much, Alexander, and thank Young Invincibles as well. I think it's a very thoughtful presentation about what you face in terms of your future.
Mr. Lataille, Alexander, you said that you're all set to step into a job that deals with research and development on aviation issues, if I followed it correctly. If we had a choice tomorrow between voting on repeal of the health care bill or voting on a bill that would help small businesses and other employers create jobs throughout the country, which of those two bills do you think we should be taking up on the House floor?
Well, I'm poised to get that job, and I need that health insurance right now. If I get that taken away from me and I get into a car accident, I'm not going to be looking for a job. I'm going to be looking for that health insurance. The health insurance is more important to me than my job. As important as a job really is to me, I need to know that, that I'm not going to die. That takes precedence for me.
Do you think that we should be pursuing repealing the bill that gives you the rights that you have, or do you think we should be pursuing helping employers create jobs across this country? Which is a better use of our time?
Should be helping employers find better, more jobs.
We'd like to give you a voting card and get you on the floor tomorrow with the thing.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you all for being here for these and sharing these very personal and compelling stories. And I have a question, Alexander, for you. It sounds as if what you were describing in terms of your work experience would actually enhance your ability ultimately to become a meteorologist and get a good paying job. And I'm just wondering if you know other young people who face the kind of same choice you would face if this act were repealed and you would no longer be able to be on your parents' insurance plan and would either not have insurance or have to quit what it seems like a pretty solid career path.
There's a lot of people in my position. Unfortunately, that's the way the job market is right now. There's a lot of people I graduated with who are working internships because that's the only way they can get more experience, because you need something to put yourself above everyone else at this point because there's so few jobs. So they're working jobs where they're not getting any money or very little. And repealing it would mean that they have to make a choice. They have to choose to continue that, what will be a ladder to a future job, or just sit around and make sure their health is okay.